Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Morey Croson from the Performance Lab of California, and I have a super exciting breakdown for you today. I've been trying to crack this code for a while now because I know all you quarterbacks out there would love to be able to get this information. And last night, I figured out how to do it, and it's really a simple solution to being able to crack the velocity and actually measure speed. I'm kind of upset at myself that I wasn't able to figure it out sooner, but nevertheless, we're going to be able to calculate velocity for you guys to make it so you could just get more value out of our breakdowns, more value out of our information, and just help you in taking your game to the next level. So what I thought is I'll do a breakdown on Aaron Rodgers, obviously one of the best pure passers in the NFL, and compare him to the number one overall athlete in this upcoming draft, recently committed to Clemson, and that's DJ. I actually don't even know how to pronounce his last name, but quarterback from St. John Bosco, and yeah, he's been the number one overall prospect in that 2020 class there for a while. So we'll go and break it down. Obviously, the DJ's here on the left, and we got Aaron Rodgers on the right. So essentially what we're looking for is where's the location when the ball leaves the hand, right? So you can see we're about in the middle of the field here, regular high school field, so it's 53 yards across. And when the ball leaves his hand, he's about in the middle of the field, and he throws if we're going to go from here, he's on about the 33-yard line. So he throws that would be 10 yards. We have to zoom out a little bit here. He throws about a 15-yard, another 5 there, right? So he throws about a 15-yard comeback route, right? And so essentially what we did is we got we looked at it as like a triangle, right? So we have that number, we have that number, and so we just got to calculate that number by using the simple Pythagorean theorem. So essentially what we're just looking at is, okay, what is the actual distance that he's going, and then how much time does it actually circle out to when you do all that. And essentially, when you put those two things together, he throws the ball about 26.6 yards. And it took him about 1.13 seconds for the ball to get out of his hands and into the receiver's hands, which means that the actual throw went 48.1 miles an hour. Which is pretty good for throwing a football, and this is obviously going to be it's a tough route to know for sure, but there's good coverage there on the top, so it seemed like a good overall throw to get the numbers from. Also, he definitely tried to throw. When you see the full follow through, it's not like he didn't try to throw it, but even somewhere between probably 48 to 50 miles per hour is where he's able to throw, which is, again, that's really, really good, especially when you get into where Aaron Rodgers is at. But it just, it's a little bit of a comparison in the different types of throws. So about probably somewhere between 48 to 50 miles an hour is where DJ's throwing his football. And he could throw it probably like at least 70 yards, 68, 70 yards. So he also has just a cannon in terms of being able to throw the ball far, as well as be able to put the velocity on it. So then we have the same type of route here on the right with Aaron Rodgers, where you can see now he's on the hash, which, still for when it comes to the NFL, I mean, you can see the difference in the hash marks in the NFL in comparison to high school. So you got to be able to consider all that. He's definitely more on one side of the field than the other. But from the left hash, throwing it all the way across here essentially, and then all the way here, and he throws it about out of bounds. I know that line's not perfectly straight, but I just want to give you an idea of how we're actually getting the measurement. So now again, we're just looking to get that. So the numbers that we got is that it's about an 18-yard throw in terms of how far this one is. And then from the sideline, he's about 27 yards. So, when we do the actual breakdown there, he ends up being at about I think I put 32.4. Okay, and then the amount of time it took him for the ball to get there, 32.4 yards, was 1.19 seconds, which is just tremendous. He was able to throw the ball 30 yards in a little bit over a second, so that's a lot of velocity. You could tell even, I did a breakdown on this the other day, so I'm sure a lot of you guys already saw it, but you could see that he just snaps that ball out of his hands and that thing's coming fast. And now, it's different when you're talking about the NFL and how you have to be very, very precise, very, very accurate all the time, and still be able to put a lot on it. And this was a 3rd and 7 pass, and he just threw a perfect out route, again, about 32.4 yards, and got there in about 1.19 seconds. And I say about just because these numbers aren't perfect. Because I've gotten some comments that have said, oh, he's saying about this, and because I'm rounding. I'm not putting, like 1.19. It might have been 1.1876, 143. So I rounded that up to 1.19. Right, we're not going to get overly, and even when I did the Pythagorean theorem and found out there was 32.4, that was 30.42322, like numbers like that. So I'm rounding these numbers. They're precise, and it's going to be hard to be 100% on this type of stuff. But if we're a 10th off or 100th off, I know it ends up, it could have a big impact, especially when we're talking about the speed stuff. But we want to at least be able to establish something. Now we could at least get into a positive direction. It's better than having no numbers. So, so with that time in the 1.19 seconds, traveling 32.4 yards, Aaron Rodgers is able to throw the ball 55.6 miles per hour. Or that's how fast those balls were going. So he's throwing about 55 miles an hour when it comes to those out routes. And, again, DJ's probably throwing about 48 to 50 miles an hour, which is still really good. In terms of, if you've seen the number 1 quarterback in the nation throw, that he has a really, really good arm. So, really this is going to be probably a place that you want to try to get to as a quarterback. That wants to be a goal. A lot of you guys that are watching this are probably in like the low 40s, 41, 43. And even those guys, probably are pretty good. 41, 43 is not a bad overall velocity, but it's how can we get into that elite 48 to 50 mile an hour type of throw, and also be consistently accurate with that. So, that's what we want to be able to do for you is help you in getting into that velocity, getting those higher velocities, getting that further overall throwing power, really making it so you can maximize your ability to perform as a quarterback. And, like I've told you guys so many times, is we're going to continue to innovate in what we're doing from a overall biomechanic perspective, right? And lately I've really been into better understanding the math and the science and again, the biomechanics behind how you can perform better in, football, in track and field, and baseball, in as many different things as I can, jumping. So if you guys have any interest in that, reach out to us, let me know. Obviously, I know most of the guys that are watching this are going to be quarterbacks. So, I definitely would highly recommend, join our programs. We right now we have a thing where it's just like, hey, it's 100% based off results. So if you want to throw the ball further, we're going to sign up for the program, and we're going to guarantee you get 7 yards in overall distance. Or if you want to throw the ball faster, we could probably go 3 or 4 miles an hour guaranteed. It depends on where you're at, but if you're ready to get committed, if you're ready to get something going here, I really recommend being able to do this, just because we'll really be able to look at it from a biomechanics, scientific standpoint. It's not about opinions here. It's 100% objective, and that's how you'll be able to get your results and hopefully be able to see a lot more overall improvements in your actual game. So, as always, guys, thanks for reaching out, and or thanks for watching the videos, I should say, and reach out to me if you want to have a call and set that up. And yeah, we'll talk to you guys soon. So much for watching this video. I hope you really enjoyed it, and if you did, you can subscribe down below, and that way you can get updates on any of the new videos that we get. Also, if you want to, you can check out some of our other breakdowns for speed and throwing. We have exercises, also jumping mechanics videos, a lot of great stuff within our channel. Hope you enjoy.